Sam, you've got some news for us?
Yeah, I've extended my contract until the end of 2024, which is awesome.
Yeah. You've been playing some great footy, so it's obviously frustrating to have that recurrence of the back injury.
Yeah, it is frustrating. I was pleased with my first, 10 games of the season. Started getting a bit of momentum and putting some good form together, as all the boys were, and being a part of some winning success, which was really cool. So very frustrating, but just got to look forward now and work out how I can get back as quick as possible.
And how is that recovery going? What have you been up to?
Yeah, it's going well. Progressing really well at the moment. A lot of cross training to begin with, and just started building up my running again. So all the signs are good.
You must be excited to get back amongst the forward line group. The whole group's having a great year.
Yeah, the energy's been fantastic. All the boys down the forward line have been performing really well. We've had different personnel at different times, but they've all come in and played their role really nicely. There's a real selfless attitude down there, and different blokes popping up and kicking bags of goals, and it's changing every week, which is great that everyone's getting the reward at different points in time. So it's a really exciting group to be a part of, and I'm still staying as involved as I can be at the moment with helping the boys down the field.
How is that selfless attitude working out there on the field?
Yeah, it's been phenomenal, to be honest. Like boys at times have to play really selfless roles where you might not get as much of the footy, or like I said, putting scores on the board. But we really just emphasise during the week pressure acts and tackles and selfless leads and just work rate defensively and offensively, which is super important for us functioning well as a whole team.
Anyone in particular that's made a step up this year that you've really noticed?
Yeah, a few lads. Michael Frederick's probably one that comes to mind. He's always had that real offensive buzz and his pace, but seeing it translate defensively this year, his work rate to pressure and tackle has been massive. So he's helping out guys like Shooter, who's done it his whole career, and Sonny Walters as well has really shifted. I think his mindset and his defensive work has been fantastic.
And how does your role fit into all of that? What do you want to bring into every game?
Yeah, so for me it's still playing to my strengths, and that pressure and defensive stuff's always been there. I felt like I was having a bit more impact offensively this year, which was really good too. So I think we've got a unique bunch that's gelling pretty well down there, and we're able to exchange our roles as well and play in different positions. So trying to get back and just fit in to as I was for the first 10 games or so.
Was there a game this year that stood out that it's like, I want to replicate that performance every week that you can?
It's a good question. Potentially the Carlton game comes to mind earlier in the season. Got the win at home, and probably because I was able to have that really dangerous offensive impact, putting a couple scores on the board late in the last quarter to help finish the game off, and at the same time providing that pressure and really lifting the boys in the second half to run over the top of them. I think that's been a big positive for us this year, is our ability to play out games really strongly, and it's probably one that comes to mind.
And just this group in general, what's it been like to be a part of this emerging Fremantle side, and how excited are you to be a part of that next year as well? It
is exciting. It's also really fulfilling to reflect on where we've been over the last 4 or 5 years, especially since I've been at the club. It's taken a few years to really transform our culture and our performance on field, and we've had a lot of personnel changes and seen a lot of growth from a lot of players and staff, which has been cool. So we're now starting to see the on-field success coming, with putting wins on the board and sitting top end of the ladder, which is exciting. So new challenge for us this year, hopefully playing finals and seeing how far we can go. But it's a real period of opportunity for us, and I'm super excited to be a part of it for the next couple of years.
And finally, message to the fans, I'll be super excited to see you get back out there when you can.
Yeah, the fans have been fantastic ever since I walked in the door. They're super passionate. I always get a lot of messages of support, especially through my injuries, and so it's not just the success, but through the harder times. So I really appreciate that, and it's awesome to see them really turning up to games this year, and you really notice the difference in the noise levels out there when you're playing. So we love that as players. We get energy off it. So big thanks to the Purple Army.